We'll call our meeting to order at this time. If you would, Mr. Stokes, please call the roll.
All right, Mayor, thank you. Mayor Earl Gray.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rhonda James.
Here.
Councilman Derek Rogers.
Here.
Councilman Jim Child.
Here.
Councilman Craig Crawford.
Here.
Council Lady Paula Stinnett.
Here.
Mayor.
Thank you. Let the record show we do have a quorum for tonight's meeting. This time we do our invocation and our pledge. Ms. Childs, if you would, please do the invocation. Ms. Stinnett, lead us in the pledge, please.
Yes, sir.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all the benefits that you give us. Thank you for our citizens, our city. Help us to guide this in the right way, to make the right decisions and take care of all of us and our country. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we'll set the agenda for tonight's meeting. Sheen, do you have any modifications?
No, Mr. Mayor, I do not.
Thank you. I entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Agenda is set. Next item is the minutes from our last scheduled council meeting. If members of council have had an opportunity to review the minutes from our March 10th meeting, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mr. Crawford. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Appearances, Mr. Griffin.
Good evening, I'm Brian Griffin, and it's BRIAN, I live over here on Eaton Circle, number 10. My concern is with the recent building of the Long John Silver's up on South Cedar. It's, as you're approaching Cedar intersection on number 2, westbound, the far right lane has always been a right turn only lane, and since the addition of the Long John Silver's, I personally have almost been hit 3 times from people that just come straight through that intersection, and I wanted to talk to y'all to see if maybe you can put signage up or just something to, you know, it needs to be looked at, I think. That's the only reason I came tonight. That's
So you're saying if you're waiting to pull out on
Yes,
Medical
I've got to
Parkway,
yield, yes. Yeah.
And you're saying the people in that right lane, normally they would be either turning right.
They're going straight. Yeah,
they're going straight.
I've experienced it too.
Yeah, and I didn't mention this, and I apologize. You know, I kind of think too. You know, I mean, maybe we should look at just dropping the speed limit to 35 miles an hour from like around the high school or the grade school. You know, because they're coming over that hill pretty fast.
Well, I've lived there about 45 years, and they've been doing that before, and they do come through there, and I've almost been hit, and I think that's a DOT thing, isn't it?
It would be, but we can certainly have that conversation with them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I agree.
It's happened before. It just seems aggravated because since they
Well,
did
that's gonna,
Yeah.
because Long John Silver's is staying busy.
They're trying to get that fish.
Oh, yeah. It's limp fish.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I understand it. I kind of made a joke about it. I don't understand the excitement. So we had the old one over here for so many years.
New grease.
You know, new grease. But anyway, yeah, I just think it should be looked into, whether it's a state issue or a city issue. You know, it should be more signage or blocked off better, or just converted into a straight-through lane. And,
No.
You know.
Yeah,
But
that's a
anyway,
good point.
thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for making that.
Hell no, put a brick wall up.
Next item on the agenda is ordinances.
You know.
Item number 1 is second and final reading of ordinance number 2025-10. Mr. Stokes.
Ordinance number 2025-10, be it ordained by the mayor and council for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 0012E013, 21 Beaver Road, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, 30742, requested by the applicant Hicks and Parish Construction LLC to rezone said property from an R1 zoning to a C2 zoning, to amend the official zoning map for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal conflicting ordinances and other related purposes. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. I have a motion to vote on ordinance number 2025-10.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Mr. Child. Is there any discussion? Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Ms. Stinnett?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, second and final reading of ordinance number 2025-11. Mr. Stoltz.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2025-11, be it ordained by the mayor and council for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 0003B014, 300 Alomar Street, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, 30742, requested by the applicant Sandy A. Bennett for the owner Karen Stutzman to rezone said property from an I-1 zoning to a C2 zoning, to amend the official zoning map for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal conflicting ordinances and other related purposes. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. I have a motion to vote on ordinance number 2025-11.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Child, second by Ms. James. Any discussion? Ms. Stinnett?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 3, second and final reading of ordinance number 2025-12. Ms. Stoltz.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2025-12, be it ordained by the mayor and council for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, a zoning amendment ordinance for tax parcel number 0013A005, an unaddressed property located adjacent to Battlefield Parkway, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, 30742, requested by the applicant Guy Wilson for the owner Larry Armour to divide a 4.3-acre parcel into 2 parcels, both to remain current zoning C2, to amend the official zoning map for the city of Fort Oglethorpe, to repeal conflicting ordinances, other related purposes. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. I have a motion to vote on ordinance number 2025-12.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rogers, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Childs?
Yes.
Ms. Stinnett?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford, yeah, I got him in there. Motion carries 5-0. Couldn't read my writing. Item number 4, second reading of ordinance number 2025-13. Mr. Stoltz.
Ordinance number 2025-13, a second ordinance to amend the 2024 fiscal year budget for the city of Fort Oglethorpe. It is hereby ordained by the mayor and council of the city of Fort Oglethorpe, a second ordinance to amend the 2024 fiscal year budget to provide for the provisions therein as authorized by state law, to provide for severability, to repeal conflicting ordinances or parts thereof, to provide for an adoption effective date, and for all other purposes allowed by law. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. Next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 1 under new business, request for alcohol beverage license renewal for Megastar number 6 due to a change in ownership. Mr. Stoltz.
Yes, sir, Mayor. This is council. This is Mr. Karam Bagahani, is the new owner of the Megastar 6. This is an existing business that was purchased, and the police department has approved the background with respect to this matter, and it does not need code enforcement approval as it is an existing business.
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mr. Crawford. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2, request of alcohol beverage license renewal for Megastar number 7 due to a change in ownership. Mr. Stoltz.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Kyram Bagani is the new owner of Megastar 7 existing business. This is an application for beverage license. It was cleared by the police department, as was Megastar 6, and it does not need code enforcement approval as an existing business.
Thank you, Mr. Stoltz. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 3, request for a deadline extension to obtain a temporary certificate of occupancy for a liquor store to be located on Lafayette Road. Mike J., who's up?
Yes, sir. Well, as you guys know, we are trying to put a hotel on the same parcel property. In order to do that, we needed the property next to us, next to the doctor's office to the south of our property. The owner, Mr. Chantre, is having a little difficulty in negotiating those terms. As a result of this, we're on a crunch of getting our building done and parking. If we can't get the property, which it looks like we're probably not going to get it, we're going to have to redesign our parking lot. We got to get a 96-room hotel, we have to have 96 parking spots for the hotel. And now, if by doing underground parking plus rearranging the parking that we have for the liquor store would allow us that. And let me just give you a better idea. Let me pass these out.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Wall, how many spaces did you have for the liquor store site?
We were only required to have 28. We were required to have one for every 200 square feet of retail space. We currently, with the new revision, would give us 58, which we would only, well, that gives us 30 for the hotel. We could get, with what the property's left, we can get 60 more spots by doing underground parking or garage parking for the hotel. If we can get this approved, if we can redesign our parking for the liquor store. Does that make sense? If I can totally confused you on that. So one, we're wanting, these are the proposed changes to our drawing C100. Moving the dumpster pad from the back west property line to the northwest, closer to Arby's, which would gain us 3 more spots there. We're adding 5 additional parking spots to the southeast southeast edge of the property. All these are highlighted in orange on page 3 of the information I've just passed out. We can also get 11 more spots on the front east corner of the property, also highlighted in orange. And we'll possibly move the rear egress onto Old Lafayette Road, approximately 75 feet north, to where our construction entrance is currently. This would free up enough parking to gain us our 96 spots that we need. But in order to do this requires new drawings. We'd have to go back to the DOT, we think, which takes about 30 days, Joe, our civil engineer says. And the rest is all through your plan review. So if we could get another 30 to 45 days extension on our deadline, this just for the paperwork, probably cover us on this.
Have you marked any of these spaces yet?
Have we, sir?
You don't have any of them lined off and marked yet, do you?
On the back.
Yeah, they're on page 3.
So help me understand,
Okay.
we're adding more parking to the liquor store so that you can share parking
Well,
with the hotel? Because it
we're
feels
only
like.
required to have 28,
Okay,
okay? The 17 spots on the far south side of the property, plus the other 11 right there would be shared with the
Okay.
hotel. Joe has them on our original C100 drawings, but what we're having to do is redesign the bank up here pretty much, guys, on the east side of the property, and move the dumpster pad over here, which gained us 3 more spots here. And of course, we just extended these. This was 13 spots here, now we're able to get 17 in, which puts us up to if we can get our other 60 spots that would be required in this area, which would be on the ground level of the hotel, which would gain us the 96 spots that we need.
So you're wanting that so you don't have to do the underground on the garage, is that what you're saying?
Well, we'd still have to do the underground
Okay.
on the garage, but we can only get 60 spots on that area. We can't put a 96-room hotel there without we have to have 96 spots, 1 per each room.
So if you bought the .65 acres, if they could come to agreement, then that wouldn't be an issue at all.
Wouldn't be an issue at all. We could get all of our parking over there, or most all of it.
Would you still have to build the underground facility?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No, if we could acquire that other property, but Jay's been working on the other owner for months now. We've just at a standstill pretty much.
how, I mean, I know this may be hard to answer, but how sure are we about this hotel?
I'm 100% sure on that, and I already planned it, everything.
With or without the property? Both?
Either way.
Did you give that all
Yeah.
design we have it?
Let's-
Did you give this all to them?
Not yet. No, that's for the signs.
Yes. I'm trying to get 2 brands together, which is they have plan right now going on with our franchisee. Used to be they are working like that way, but now they are working, all franchisee working. They require minimum 45 to 50 rooms to get 1 brand. So I'm trying to get, if you have more copies, I want to give everybody. This is what I'm
This is on our
deciding for the
side.
signing. Holiday Inn and Cononry Suite to meet together. They are requiring minimum 96 rooms to get all 2 brands together. Each brand have to more than 45 room for each.
So that's 2 different hotels?
Yeah, but incoming.
All in the
combo.
same building.
Incoming and combo.
Is that making the assumption of the 5th floor like you talked about in
Minimum
earlier
100.
meetings?
Yes. That'd be a 5-story.
Is that normal? I'm just gonna ask because I don't know. Is that normal to have 2 brands in one place?
That's a new
Is-
thing,
Not
yeah,
enough
dual
room.
brand.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a lot of dual
No,
brand.
That's how you can, bring more choices for the customer, they like it.
Do you own
So
any?
it's like a gas station, KFC,
Yeah.
and
More
Pizza
choice.
Hut?
And it's-
Probably like
But a
loyalty
hotel.
programs and stuff
Okay.
in hotels.
And it's a good investment for the investor for further,
You know, I've had my sights on that liquor store opening a while, hadn't you?
We are ready for our side to, on the deadline, what we are approved for.
You need the money, I'd say.
And we think everything for every corner, every meeting we did a lot with Mike, me, my architectures and civil engineer. I deal with a lot, the next door, the property, we have a Patel on it. Maybe he know it, what I'm doing over there, so he just,
You're just waiting.
Do you have any hotels now? Are you part owner of any?
No,
Okay,
I used to be have it.
settle down. So you're asking for what?
An extra 30 to 40, or I think it was
58.
6. Yeah,
58.
I'll
If we
read.
go to the underground,
Better read what I wrote here.
58 extra part, we can get it.
45 to 60 days is what the engineers
Oh,
are telling us.
So you're looking at the end of June, is that what you're after?
That's 60.
Would that be the end? Is that
Yes.
right? I guess.
Yeah, because our
So
initial
just-
agreement said April 30th.
April, right.
our
So
last
in
agreement.
addition to the 60
Yes,
days,
correct,
just
sir.
to be clear, are you also going to have to go back through the plan process because the parking plan is changing?
The parking plan would be changing, and we're having to change the mouth of the entrance to accommodate the hotel and the liquor store.
So you need to come back before this body to approve that design, is that correct? Okay.
With our final drawings, that's correct.
So you need the extra time to get those drawings so that you
We've
can
got
come
to,
back.
yes, yes, sir. We have to get the drawings done, then submit everything to the state and back to your plan review. We'd have a new C600 drawing, which is landscaping, to go along with this.
Yeah.
And we got to redesign some of the infrastructure with our underground drainage, with our stormwater. So Joe's doing all the hydrology work on that.
So we're talking about going back before the planning advisory board, revising the plans.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
takes you to at least, so that application would have to be submitted to them. If you submitted the application by April the 5th, barring any expedited process, that would mean you got heard in May. But then, so what I'm trying to say is that is 60 days reasonable, given how he'll have to go back through the process with the planning advisory board and then come before you all for a public hearing, right? Yeah,
You're talking about the paperwork process.
right.
Amending it still requires a public hearing, Mr. Stone?
Yes, sir.
Just amending the parking? Didn't we have to do that with other ones?
We did it with the one on Battlefield Park.
But we didn't have
But
to
they
go
did
through
it-
a whole.
In the first time they came before you all, I think.
in their time frame.
Are y'all on schedule now?
Yes, sir.
Wasn't the siding supposed to be up already?
We are very close to finishing the siding. I've got some progress pictures today, if you'd like to see them.
Yeah, I'd like to see them.
They're on my phone.
March 14th was siding, electrical,
What is-
plumbing, 26th,
24th.
The side was supposed to be done.
March 14th.
All right, what's the reason? What's the reason? End of July.
Well, I mean, you ain't so deep now, it ain't gonna matter.
No, no, I know.
I'll give them whatever they want.
I mean,
Is that what the siding looks like?
Yes, sir. These are great pictures on this phone, but
No, you're right.
Or if they put
You're
your
saying
sign
they have
up.
to do a public hearing.
I see.
That's
I see what you're doing
That's
there.
understandable.
so we're
Well,
just
hey,
saying
we have to do a public hearing.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay.
maybe.
We can expedite the planning advisory.
No,
board.
that's fine.
Our part of
That's
it is
fine.
special housing. We can do that.
When's the next
Okay.
planning commission meeting?
Is this going to,
We
in
don't
any
have to
way,
advertise for that, based on-
delay
but it could be
I don't
first
know
time.
if you have
the
to advertise it since. it's
finishing of the building?
Mr. Stone has a question.
Finishing the building's on schedule.
Finish of the building's on schedule? You're
Yes.
still going to be able to finish it by April
Yes, sir.
30th? Okay.
We have only issue with the parking.
they just can't.
Our
pave
only
the
issue
parking
right
lot.
now-
Can't
Just
pay
can't
it.
pay the parking lot.
Right.
So the mayor has asked a question, are we bound by the same advertising restraints?
Since
if
it's an
an
amendment, it wouldn't have to be advertised, would it, Mr. Stoltz? And it could go to the next planning commission.
I think
Since
it
it's an
can,
amendment.
it's an amendment. I think that would be okay without the advertisement since it's an amendment.
Which is next Thursday.
That they would have to go to?
Do you have your stuff ready by next Thursday for planning commission?
It's a possibility. I'd have to get with the engineer and see.
Well, if it don't, you're gonna be off another month.
Right. We'll do our best. I can't answer for Joe Parks.
I understand.
But I know he worked on it this weekend and got us these, so. And there's not really that much that's changed other than some underground drainage.
So,
So the question really is the extension of the temporary certificate of occupancy. Is that bound by the parking, or does that just travel with the building?
It travels with the building.
Okay, so the parking and the building are one and the same?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay.
But
okay,
You can't have a temporary occupancy without
Without
parking.
without parking.
okay,
So he's asking-
that's the big question. 'Cause, I mean, temporary CO just means they can start moving stuff in, right?
Right, so they have to have a temporary CO from us before the state will allow them to pursue their state occupancy
So we can't give them a
certification.
temporary CO if they've got gravel out there?
We can't, there are certain limitations on what we're allowed. The building essentially has to be habitable for us to give them a temporary CO.
I'm just trying to, is there a way that we can say yes to the parking and not, and make sure, and hold their feet to the fire on getting the building done?
Well, they say they're on schedule for the building. It'll be done.
But you can't do it without the parking lot. Can't get a license.
I'm not sure if,
I think you can get it if it's gravelled.
I
That's my
think,
point, is
I'm-
there a happy
I'm not
medium?
sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that, but I think there's a requirement. Mr. Clemens? Bobby?
I'm sorry?
Is there a requirement in the UDC that requires asphalt
I thought you had to do it.
parking, or is it just,
It's considered finished pavement or finished surfaces, so that would be asphalt or concrete.
all right, so there is a
Just
requirement
voted tonight.
under the thank you, sir.
Yeah, not the plans.
Under the UDC, it has to be asphalt or finished pavement.
Yeah, okay.
That's
And you're
good
at,
thought. That
what
was
are
a
you
good
asking
thought,
for,
though.
60
Yeah.
days?
So let me make sure I understand what you're asking this council to vote on tonight.
Yes, sir.
You're wanting a 60-day extension past the April 30th deadline, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
To obtain your certificate, your temporary certificate of occupancy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And you think you can do it within that 60-day period?
I've got that information from Joe Parks, the engineer. It's mainly paperwork.
And this definitely has to go back to the state, Robbie?
The state's
parking
gonna
lot?
have to approve it, yeah.
Well, I mean, it hadn't got to the stage yet to where it can go to the state. It'd have to go back to our planning commission first.
Yeah, it's gonna have to
They
go.
can't go to the state till they get their COE.
Well, and I think you might be thinking of the stormwater issues because we're dealing with over an acre. So the
Yeah.
Georgia Soil and Water Commission is gonna have to weigh in on the change in parking and all that too. And as we know, they can really take some time.
And Joe said he might be able to expedite that since the changes are minor. We're only moving, I think, 2 of the storm drains.
Is 60 days enough?
Yes, sir, according to our engineer.
Yeah, but the question is not the engineering, the question is all the,
Paperwork.
like, if you can't get it in by next week, and you can't get to planning and zoning next week, they only meet once a month.
Right.
Then you got a 30-day wait just to get to the next planning and zoning. That's what I really just don't want this thing to come back and ask for another extension. And
So-
like, I mean, I love the idea of getting this hotel, okay? That would be amazing for our community, but how do we like,
So
How
what
do
you're
we divide
saying,
the
you want to
baby?
give him a 90-day extension instead of 60?
I think so.
Or the
Or just say
option-
get it done, like
Or the
by April
option could be
30th.
that we table the item tonight,
We-
they continue to move forward, and everybody gets their timelines on our end and on their end, so we would figure out how long it would take, worst case scenario.
I like that.
They would
Yeah.
figure out,
Yeah.
you know, and then you just move forward with, we'll just pretend like April 30th is your deadline, you keep trucking, and you keep trying to get your engineer to do whatever they're gonna do.
Okay.
You submit your plans, and then we'll each have a
we've got another
timeline at the
meeting
next
before.
meeting.
Yeah,
We
so
have one more
actually
meeting
have
before
a
April
hard-
30th.
Yeah.
By then, we'll know exactly.
We would have a timeline, that would give Bobby Daniels, the zoning administrator, some time to put together a timeline. He could consult with our stormwater inspector and find out what's needed from GSWCC. You would be able to get a firmer timeline with your architect. It's just an option.
Yeah, I like that.
More plausible solution. I
Okay.
like it.
So all that would do nothing.
Yeah,
Except just keep,
So we table
until
it.
we get a better, more information.
Exactly.
yeah,
I should know from Joe this week
Okay.
what day he'll have.
yeah.
So
I'm
we'll-
gonna stay in touch with them.
What
And
we'll do
hopefully
is
we can make
we'll
next
talk
week
with you tomorrow.
Deadline.
Yeah,
Well, Bobby and I will call you tomorrow, and
Okay.
we'll work out timelines, but I believe what we're saying is table it for
Table it.
now.
Yeah.
okay.
We meet again in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
At
April
this
14th.
time, I will entertain a motion to table item number 3.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The request for deadline extension detaining the temporary certificate of occupancy for liquor store to be located on Lafayette Road has been tabled till our next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Very good.
Okay.
Item number 4, recommendation to,
The signs. We are still on for the signs, is that correct?
Not tonight, no.
Oh.
We had that, we'll have that discussion another time, but
Okay.
we'll talk with you tomorrow about that. Do you need this back, sir?
No, you can
Oh,
keep that.
okay.
well, that's the second one he
This is
got.
the second one.
It's
that-
not
that
this one.
Chaudhry gave
That
us.
one looks
That's
like you
correct.
might want
I
it
can keep
back.
this?
Yeah, you can keep it.
Okay.
That's our sign, and Locke sign came with us tonight,
you have
just in
more?
case we had him.
You have more?
Do you want me to go ahead and pass these out now, Molly? or-
No, we'll.
Hang on to them?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Item number 4, recommendation to declare as surplus various city assets. Ms. Hugh.
Thank you. Wrong one. Sorry. We are recommending to declare as surplus a handful of city assets and make them available for sale or disposal. In the last couple of months, we've bought some new copiers, and some of them we've kept and repurposed to some of our old copiers we've kept and repurposed, but some we can sell on the open market. So there are 5 copiers that we are looking to sell or dispose of. Those items will be made available for sale pursuant to the city's disposal of surplus property, and in the event that an item can't be sold, it will be disposed of accordingly. If and when each of those 5 copiers are sold, the funds from the sale will be deposited into the general fund, and then once each item is disposed of, it will be removed from our insurance policy and asset ledger.
Thank you, Ms. Hugh. I have a motion to approve.
So moved, sir.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Stinnett, second by Ms. James. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5, recommendation to renew an annual technical support and maintenance service agreement. Ms. Hugh.
Thank you. For over a decade, the city of Fort Oglethorpe has received IT support and maintenance services from Titan Solutions. That agreement is up for renewal in the amount of $15,600 for the year. The services include, but are certainly not limited to, computer equipment, network operating system, printing and peripheral issues, troubleshooting, and disaster recovery. The agreement also offers us off-site backup and monthly maintenance for our critical servers. And also the organization's monthly subscription for virus protection is included as well. If this renewal is approved, the support and maintenance services will be split between the general fund in the amount of $9,900 and the water and sewer fund in the amount of $3,300. The virus protection subscriptions will be charged to each fund based on the devices within each fund's, with $2,136 expense to the general fund and $264 expense to the water and sewer fund. Like I said, that total renewal is $15,600.
Thank you, Ms. Hugh. I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rogers, second by Mr. Childs. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. City Manager's report. Ms. Hugh.
Thank you. Happy spring, everybody. It actually looks like it today, too. Our Easter egg scramble will be held at Gilbert Stevenson Park at 12 o'clock on Saturday, April 12th. We have 15,000 eggs for kids to hunt for in grades fifth grade and under. This is a really fun event. It's probably my favorite event that we do, and it lasts no time at all. I've never seen so many eggs. It doesn't matter how many eggs we have, they disappear like that. So it's a really fun event. Please come out and hunt for eggs. And also, our farmers market, moving back to Sundays this year. It will start May the 4th from 1 to 4 p.m. and it'll go through August 24th. Those applications to be a vendor at our farmers market are available at stable41market.com and letsgofort.com. That's it for me.
Thank you, Ms. Hugh. Mayor and council comments. I don't have anything tonight. Mr. Child.
Yes, well, I'm sure Craig will talk about it, but on another thing, just keep the Clements family. He was our solicitor here, and he's a longtime lawyer, and he passed away Saturday night. That's it, Mayor.
Mr. Crawford.
Yeah, I just like to, well, I know he's not here, but thank Tony and his staff. They had their preseason baseball tournament through the rec. It was a success, and I think it's still going on a little bit. So yeah, so they did a good job, and I actually, speaking of the rec, I got to see Robert Keefe, who just had surgery and stuff, and I know they were missing him through all that. I got to see him at dinner the other night, and he's doing better from his surgery. So good to hear that. So that's it.
Mr. Rogers.
I'd like to say happy birthday to my wife. It was her birthday yesterday. I won't say how old she is, Mayor.
29.
Yeah. Something like that.
Of course.
And she's a beautiful person inside now, so thankful for her. Happy birthday.
Well, you got one vote coming in.
I got one.
Ms. James.
I don't have anything.
Ms. Denny.
Yes, sir. The next Veteran and Citizen Council work day at Honor Park is scheduled for Clean Catoosa Day. And Clean Catoosa, of course, is sponsored by the Lift Youth Center and the Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce. It will be Saturday, April 26th from 9 a.m. till noon. And speaking of the Chamber of Commerce, Honor Park, a tribute to those who served, is the April tourism spot for all of Catoosa County. So they'll be taking a picture of the VCC Wednesday, and it'll be featured in their announcements throughout April. Don't forget to bring your flags that are ready for retirement to City Hall. The VCC, partnering with Catoosa County Fire Department, will be conducting a flag retirement ceremony on June 14th, Flag Day. Thank you, sir.
Next item is adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.